Hey everybody, it's Kimberly Faye Greenberg. I'm back again with some more tips. I've been getting some questions from some of you who are watching and from some clients who are sort of now ready to go back to tackling their performing goals, but they're not really quite sure where to begin. So I kind of wanted to speak to that today. Obviously, I'm not a therapist in any way, so I'm just going to give you more tactical goals in order to create some momentum and hopefully to maybe get out of your own way and to just not overthink and to just begin. So, depending on your goals, whether or not it's in television or theater, working on stage, working backstage, creating your own work, maybe you're a writer, maybe you're doing producing, whatever the case might be. My first thought is when we weren't in quarantine, I always like to advise to do 5 things a day for your career. I would like to ask you to do one thing a day. It could take all of 1 minute of your time, or it could take an hour, or it could take several hours, depending on how you're feeling. And the first thing that you could do is, depending on what your specific goals are, is to create a list. Just literally, it's as simple as creating a list of what those goals are. And that may take a lot out of you to create that list. So that's all you're going to do that day. If you've already been there, done that, have your massive mile-long to-do list that you've had forever, maybe even since before the quarantine, I want you to examine that and look at the things that can fill you up first. All right, so I say that because right now I think we need to give ourselves some grace and some gratitude in the fact that we're in a hard place. And I think even on my end, as I pursue my career, everything takes a lot more energy to do a follow through. So pick some things on your list that can fill you up in whatever your goals are. For instance, if it's theater oriented and it's in the musical theater world of looking to get more work that way, and you know some things on your list are go to backstage, see what theaters are accepting video submissions and things like that, and that just seems a little bit daunting and overwhelming. Well, before you even go that far, fill your cup up first. Find and go through your old MP3s, go through your old cast albums, go to a website like Piano Tracks and just sing. Literally just sing. Sing a song a day. Fill up your creative cup first. You're still serving your theater goals because you're practicing, you're reviving your old material that you haven't done in maybe a month and a half or so, who knows. So you're still working towards that goal and you're doing that one task. And you can do that in any realm, whether it's producing and you're going back through and rewatching some of your old work so that you can find inspiration in the fact that, wow, I did those things, now I can continue to move forward. That may also spawn ideas on how you can revisit that material online, sharing it online as a producer. It's as simple as that. If you're in the TV film world and you're an actor, it may be as simple as going back to IMDb, going back and looking at all your credits and watching some of that stuff on TV just to fill your creative cup, to re-inspire you to continue to move forward. If you're working backstage, same thing. Revisit those old photos of work previously done. Maybe it's just as simple as if you're a costumer. I know that a lot of those folks right now, a lot of my colleagues are currently making masks for people who need them. It's really truly about filling your cup up first. Once you've filled your cup, you're going to feel more inspired to move on to the next more difficult task. So going back to my theater example, that might be then taking that small step to go to backstage and see what theaters are currently accepting submissions. In the TV film world, that may mean making a list of the casting directors who are going to be casting shows that you're right for in your market. If you're a producer, that might mean going back and looking at that new project and what's that next step that you can take to move forward, all right? And then you're just going to keep moving forward bit by bit. One of my coaches, whom I admire, who may even watch this video, one of the things she said this year that inspired me is like, when you have a bunch of dishes in the sink and you feel like you can't do them, you just wash one fork at a time. And even if that only means that day you wash one fork. So with your career, wash one fork at a time. You're not, you're on your own timeline. It's totally okay. It doesn't mean you have to be a miracle worker and work 10 hours a day on your goals. But I think the biggest piece of advice I can give is you're also not the Energizer Bunny, and we're living through a tough time right now. And again, another one of my own personal coaches said to me, fill your cup first, revitalize your battery, fill up your creative juices. So if you can just take that one small step today, that will help you get a little past the overwhelm. It will help to inspire you. It will help you to move forward in your creative endeavors during this time. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. That's a little bit more different. That's a little different in the other more tactical things I've been giving in my previous videos. Again, please keep DMing me your questions, ideas of things that you would like to see from me as the days progress, and I will continue to make content to help you. And last but not least, just a little plug, my $5 Zoom classes next week. I'm going to be covering cover letters and standout submissions. So I'll basically be giving you tips, tricks, and even a cover letter template to make your life a lot easier, being that we're doing a lot of submissions online. Also advice and tactical things to put in those boxes on all the casting websites. We'll do a quick talk about branding, and we'll also do a quick talk about how to use those same ideas for follow-up. So please go check out the link in the post to sign up for my $5 class next week. There's 3 sessions. And please remember to follow me at The Broadway Expert or wherever you're seeing this post originate, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, any of those wonderful sites, and I will keep bringing you stuff. So thanks again. This is Kimberly Faye Greenberg signing off. Have a great day. Go fill your cup.